بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله. Alhamdulillah ta'ala, we are passing by the first 10 days of Ramadan. These 10 days are known as 10 days of mercy, rahmah. Allah Almighty allow us all to attain His mercy in these blessed 10 days of the month of Ramadan. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. Insha'Allah ta'ala, I will go through a few important rulings related to the intention one makes for the fast. So the fast of Ramadan is obligatory fard and it is specified. In the month of Ramadan one fasts and he cannot keep any nafil fasts in the month of Ramadan or any missed fasts in the month of Ramadan, because the fasts of Ramadan are specified and they are obligatory. Fard mu'ayyan. They are fard mu'ayyan. Fard meaning obligatory, mu'ayyan meaning specified. So if one keeps a nafil fast in the month of Ramadan or a qada missed fast, it will not count as the qada fast or nafil fast, but the fast of Ramadan will be offered. So the fast of Ramadan is fard, and if one misses a fast, he will keep the missed fast at another date. He will not keep the missed fast in the month of Ramadan at another date, appropriate date, but he cannot keep any missed fasts on Eid al-Fitr day, Eid al-Adha, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, and the 3 days after the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, i.e. the 11th of Dhul Hijjah, the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, and the 13th of Dhul Hijjah. So in these 5 days he cannot keep any fasts, neither can he keep any missed fasts in these 5 days, neither can he keep nafil fasts. So one is not allowed to fast in these 5 days, and one will not keep any missed fasts in the month of Ramadan. He will only keep the fasts of Ramadan in the month of Ramadan. And we also have wajib mu'ayyan fasts. Wajib meaning necessary, mu'ayyan specified. When one makes a vow, he says, "Oh Allah, if I pass my exam, I will fast on such and such a date." He specifies the date. So if he passes his exams, he will have to fast on that date he specified. So such a fast is known as wajib mu'ayyan. Okay. And if he doesn't specify a date when he makes the vow, such a fast is known as wajib ghair mu'ayyan. And the qada missed fasts are known as fard ghair mu'ayyan. So for the fast of Ramadan and the other fasts we keep on the 15th night of Sha'ban, or on Yawm Arafah, or we keep 2 fasts. We fast on the 13th, 14th and 15th of every month, or fasting one day, then staying hungry the next day, then fasting the next day. So such fasts are nafil fasts. Okay. So for the fard fast of Ramadan, the wajib mu'ayyan fast and nafil fast, wajib mu'ayyan, that fast one specified, one necessitated upon himself by making a vow, and he specified a date for that. And remember, when one makes a vow, he must make it loud enough for his own ears to hear. Only then will it count as a vow. So for these 3 types of fasts, the fard mu'ayyan fast, fast of Ramadan, wajib mu'ayyan, a vow one makes and he specifies a date, and the nafil fasts, for these 3 types of fasts, one will make the intention, one can make the intention from the night meaning Maghrib. As soon as Maghrib time begins, night has begun. Okay, so from Maghrib time till the beginning of midday the next day. So before the beginning of midday, Zawal, the next day, one has a chance to make the intention. So from Maghrib all the way till before midday begins the next day, one can make the intention. So this is for the fard fast of Ramadan, wajib mu'ayyan fast and nafil fast. And if one, he didn't make the intention in the night and he couldn't wake up for Sahri, he woke up at Fajr time, he can still make the intention to fast, because I mentioned the time limit of making the intention is from Maghrib time all the way up till before midday the next day. So if he wakes up after Fajr, the fast starts from Fajr, remember, from Fajr till Maghrib. Okay, this is the time of the fast, from Fajr till Maghrib. And one, he closes his Sahri, he closes his fast before Fajr enters. As soon as Fajr enters, one cannot eat. Okay, that's the time when the fast starts. However, if one couldn't wake up for Sahri, he woke up after Fajr, he can still make the intention to fast. Okay, but there are conditions for this. As I mentioned, he can make the intention in the night. If he didn't make the intention in the night and he woke up after Fajr, he can still make the intention, because I mentioned he can make the intention before midday begins. But there are conditions for this. If he had not done anything that breaks the fast, he can make the intention. But if he had done something that breaks the fast intentionally, knowing it's Ramadan, knowing he should fast, then he can't make the intention. He can't make the intention. But if he hadn't done anything that breaks the fast, he can make the intention to fast before midday. So this is if he wakes up after Fajr time. He missed Sahri. He missed Sahri. And he didn't make the intention in the night. If he had made the intention in the night, he couldn't wake up for Sahri, he woke up after Fajr, no problem. He can continue to fast, because he made the intention in the night. And I mentioned the time of making the intention is from Maghrib all the way up before midday begins the next day. So if he woke up after Fajr and he didn't make the intention in the night, and he ate or he did something that breaks the fast unintentionally, he forgot it's Ramadan, and after eating he remembered, oh no, I didn't wake up for Sahri, it's Ramadan today, I should be fasting, he can still fast. As long as midday time hasn't entered, it hasn't gone past midday, he can still make the intention to fast. But if he eats intentionally, knowing it's Ramadan, he didn't make the intention in the night, his fast won't count. Okay. And another situation is, another scenario is, if this person, he wakes up after midday, he didn't intend to fast in the night and he woke up after midday, he can't fast now, he can't make the intention to fast. Why? Because before midday his intention would have been valid, but after midday he can't intend to fast, because the time limit of making the intention is from Maghrib all the way up until before midday begins the next day. So if he wakes up after midday, he didn't intend to fast in the night, then he will not fast. That day won't count as him fasting. If he stays hungry, he will have to make up that fast after Ramadan. So this is the ruling for the fourth fast of Ramadan. Wajib Muayyan fast, a fast one specifies a vow one makes, and he specifies a date. And for the Nafal fast meaning other than the month of Ramadan, if one wakes up in the morning after Fajr, he hasn't eaten or done anything that breaks the fast, he can intend to keep the fast of that day before midday time. And when one makes the intention, it's not necessary that he recites the dua loud. He says, وَبِصَوْمِ غَدٍ نَوَيْتُ مِنْ شَهْرِ رَمَضَانِ. Okay? If in his heart he knows he's going to fast the next day, this is enough. Saying the intention aloud is desirable, it is mustahab. The intention, we learn from the ulama, intention is عَقْدُ الْقَلْبِ عَلَى الْفِعْلِ, affirmation of the heart upon the action. So if in one's heart one knows, he knows that he's going to fast tomorrow, his intention is valid. And another important ruling is, if one woke up after Fajr, he didn't make the intention in the night, and he woke up after Fajr, remember I said he can make the intention as long as he hasn't done anything that breaks the fast intentionally, knowing it's Ramadan. So if he wants to make the intention after Fajr, he didn't make the intention in the night, then he will not make this intention that, oh Allah, I am fasting from now. No, he will make the intention that I am fasting from Fajr time, because the fast begins from Fajr. Yeah? It doesn't begin from 6 or 7. If Fajr was at 5, let's say half or 5. Yeah? So if he, let's say he woke up at 7 o'clock and Fajr began at 6. Yeah? So he will not intend that I am fasting from 7 now, no, but he will intend that I am fasting from the time when Fajr had begun, when Fajr started. Yeah? So this is very important. If he makes the intention and he says, oh Allah, I am fasting from now, I am fasting from now, his fast will not count. His fast will not count. Okay? Because the fast is from Fajr till Maghrib. Yeah? So this is another important ruling one must remember. And one must be clear when he makes the intention. He can't mention a condition. For example, he can't say, oh Allah, if it rains tomorrow I will fast, or oh Allah, if this happens tomorrow I will fast. No, he must be clear with his intention. And a few important rulings with regards to the intention. If one intended to fast in the night, or let's say Fajr time was at 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. and he offered Taraweeh, and he had his meal at 1:30, 2 o'clock, and he intended to fast. He made the intention to fast the next day, and then after a few hours, when it was 4, there was still half an hour left remaining for Fajr to begin. This person, he wanted to eat. The question arises, can he eat? Because he had already eaten a few hours before and he made the intention. The answer is yes, because the Fajr has not begun yet. The fast starts from Fajr time. So even if he had made the intention a few hours before that he is going to fast the next day, and he had his meal, it still doesn't matter. As long as Fajr time has not entered, he can still eat, even if he had made the intention of fasting the next day. Okay? But as soon as Fajr time enters, he cannot eat. He cannot eat. And remember, the fast begins when Fajr starts, not necessarily. The fast has no link with the azan. Okay? If the azan is given 10 minutes after Fajr time starts, or 15 minutes after Fajr has begun, this does not mean that one will follow the azan. No, one will follow the start time of Fajr. As soon as Fajr time starts, the fast begins. One cannot eat. Okay? If he eats, his fast will not count. And if Fajr had begun and this person, he was doing his sahri, he didn't realize, he carried on eating, and when he finished his meal, he looked at the time and he realized that it's gone 5 minutes past Fajr now, and I had been eating in the Fajr time. So in this scenario, if this occurs, we will say that his fast will not count. Okay? His fast will not count of that day, so he will have to make up that day after Ramadan. Okay? Same is the mas'ala ruling of iftari. If one opens his fast 5 minutes before, mistakenly, he doesn't do it on purpose, mistakenly he opens the fast 5 minutes before, then after eating, he realizes, he looks at the calendar, he looks at the watch, he realizes that he had eaten before Maghrib time. Even in this case, he will make up that fast after Ramadan. Okay, he will make up that fast after Ramadan. Allah Almighty allow us to do amal upon what we have learned today. Allah Almighty grant us the blessings of Ramadan. Allah Almighty shower His mercy upon all of us. Allah Almighty make this blessed month of Ramadan a means for our forgiveness, a means for our salvation in this life and in the Akhirah. Allah Almighty remove all of our calamities, problems. Allah shower His mercy upon me, upon all of us, upon the whole Muslim Ummah in this time of test. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.